Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We are all systems go. My name is Sean, and I'm leading the session today, and we'll be playing Blades in the Dark. My three lovely players are Sarah, Abby, and Logan. Same crew, same place, mostly the same time, depending on how long we take to get ready. And today we will be exploring the baking potential of each character. Why did I say that? Because I'm going to be making beignets later this week, and I've been thinking about baking a lot. So,
I was like,
do
we
we
didn't
think
talk about this at all, Sean.
Oh, I made quiche for dinner though, and it was delightful.
we had
had
quiche
quiche for
too?
dinner.
Wow!
Logan, what did you have for dinner?
A brownie.
No,
Wow,
it's
that sounds
partially
like
frozen.
a very good dinner.
Mhm.
All right. So, with that, I have no idea what we're doing for this session.
Great.
So, y'all had just finished your heist though, previous week. Captured um the strange man who was experimenting on hollows and saw that it was related to the spirit wardens and gave that man over to the gondoliers as sort of a peace token, which did in fact get you out of war. And now you are back to your own devices. I think your most pressing things are that Duchess is still technically in jail unless we do a little bit of a time jump, and the demon probably has another request for you all, as well as Lord Skurlock is still looking for you. And on top of that, I think maybe while while Duchess is in jail, probably. You know, she gets a lot of messages in and out. She receives a message with sort of a gold wax seal of a bee on it. And
Oh.
opening it up, she sees that it's a message from your hive contact, Kalir. And he says,
Who? I'm unfamiliar.
You'll be very familiar soon if you don't work things out. And I think it's just a little like, oh, checking in on you, dear. Hope you're doing well. I heard you were detained at the moment, but seems like everything's fine. Just a light reminder to keep up your good work for maintaining the hive's good graces. Toodles.
Toodles.
Have a good time in jail, sweetie.
I'll put that at the bottom of the to-do box.
You don't think they rank above demon?
Absolutely not.
I'm sure there's. I just imagine like a box of letters that she like receives.
Oh, probably. This one was pretty fancier than her regular ones.
She actually
Scented
has
paper, fine parchment.
one of those pneumatic tubes. She puts it in, and it just shoots all the way to the sixth tower or to seventh tower, and then it drops into the floor of her little string room. So when she gets back, there's just like 5,000 of them piled on the floor. She had that
During the middle of the night,
Makes
you hear
sense.
little like
Thunk.
chunk chunk chunk. You start to hear more and more.
We don't know what's going on in there.
I did have an idea for a heist. What? Okay,
Oh.
because
Yeah, or you guys could go for like turf or something. Of course, you always have the option to go for claims.
let's see, because I had previously in prison tried to make friends with the Dimmer sisters, and I always love interacting with the Dimmer sisters.
Why do you like them so much?
They're such a nice family. But they weren't very helpful, if I remember correctly.
No,
she
you rolled
sort of-
poorly, and this
Yes.
sister didn't know what she wanted to know.
So what if you guys get like an urgent letter from Duchess that's like, I need to talk to the Dimmer sisters. Come break me out of jail for the day. I need to run some errands.
Just like a day trip.
Yeah, or if we like do something either, I guess, I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Like, what if the Dimmer sisters have the information, but they need something before they would give it to
Oh
us?
yeah, they always need something.
Yeah. Or like, I've been in contact with them, and I'm like, hey, I've talked to your prison girl. She is not very helpful, but I know you know what I need. What can I do to get it from you?
Yeah,
And then we don't
that's
have to do a
definitely an
time
option.
jump because Duchess is in prison and she just needs broken out
She's
for the
still,
day.
yeah. Could we somehow work a claim into that? If we didn't, we talk about like prison claims or at one point.
Yeah, that's
Am
what I was
am I
gonna say too.
hallucinating?
That's what I don't like about that idea is that it doesn't get us anywhere.
Well, it would get you probably what you'd probably be doing is a heist to get a bonus to your relationship with the Dimmer sisters, which would also give Duchess information for dealing with the demon, probably.
But we would still get
Who we
normal
don't know
payout.
exists.
Correct. You are
Technically,
right.
you always get loot and rep.
Yeah.
So you could still get that. For shadows, I mean, for claims, y'all grabbed informants.
Informants.
So your options are drug den, infirmary, loyal fence, covert drop, and just turf. Infirmary is probably good.
What
Plus
if
1d to all healing rolls, which I've been handing out a lot of.
the Dimmer
stuff.
sisters like rare things, right? They're all into arcane substances. What
everyone?
if we seize a drug den and then we allow them to like ship their things into it? So like we're helping them, but then we're getting turf.
You. Yeah, you probably know this, Duchess. The sisters have been slowly. Would you know this? Roll your. Do you have study? How
Yeah.
much does Duchess have in study?
2.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, roll your study. And we'll
6.
see if you know this. Oh, 6, perfect. Okay, so you do know this. Despite the fact that the sisters have been trying to do it secretly, you know that they've been slowly consolidating their power and sort of influence in the trade of captured spirits and spirit essence. So that's like one of their main sources of income and sort of
Wait, say that again.
influence.
What about spirit essence?
The Dimmer sisters control the trade of spirit, or they're trying to. I mean, they do have majority influence over it now, but they're trying to make sure they're the only people who have control of trading with captured spirits and like spirit bottles and then spirit essence and stuff on the illegal markets. So they also always want to obtain secrets. So you could do something related, like with the drug den. They're not going to care about drugs, but they are going to care about maybe using it as a front for their trade as well.
Yeah, that's like a real drug den, but it's also like come here if you need spirits. We might not even have them here, but we'll hook you up with them. We're like their front
Right.
people.
You want to? Drug den gets you all money, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oof. Anytime during downtime, roll dice equal to your tier. That's dangerous. I wonder if you can do that more than once per downtime. I'd probably say no.
What? Oh, I think it's just once.
Yeah, I think you just get it once per downtime and that's
Once
it.
per downtime?
Yeah.
It says anytime, so I was thinking maybe. I guess because you could theoretically change your tier during downtime, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like if you can do it before or after you do your downtime if you need more coin for your
Right,
downtime.
and you could reduce heat before you roll, which would give you more money. Yeah, that sounds kind of fun. So you
Yay,
do sort of
drugs.
Yay, drugs.
Except not actually, kids.
Yay,
Drugs.
spirit fronts.
Yay, heists.
But who do we not like? Who do we want to steal this drug den from? Just right
Lord
out from under them.
Sturlock. The Foghounds.
Mm.
We'll just
Any
take.
nobles?
We'll just take Muse. It'll be fine.
We just take over the muse.
Oh, we'll just suck the voice into a
That's-
spirit bottle. Be like, we own the place now. Let's get out.
That's one way for you to win Rain's affection.
By becoming her
I don't know
employer.
about that one.
You're mine now.
Maybe.
Oh my god, I
maybe.
just had a
Okay.
vision of
Oh, what if we
Phantom of
steal
the
it from the
Opera
race?
between you and Rain. Because you have a mask like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
or
yeah,
you
yeah.
used to have a mask. Sorry, Logan. What were you
We're
saying?
tier 2. The race are only tier 3. So
Yeah.
we could also make the hive happy by stealing something from
Yeah,
the
that
race.
sounds great.
Or like pushing them out of a drug den.
True.
I think
Let's do
we're-
that.
We're at 0 with the race, so I don't know if we'll go all the way to war.
It's, I think, -2 to take a claim from someone.
Perfect.
Perfect. That's as low as we want to go. Because we'll do it covertly.
Okay.
We're great at the covert
Mhm.
situations.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Are we still breaking you out for the day to do this?
Yes, yeah, of course.
Okay. Perfect.
Yes. Vinny gets into drag and then goes to the prison and is hiding to pretend to be Duchess while you guys have Duchess gone.
Great.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Duchess has the premier suite, so I don't know if it's actually that hard for her to get out, unless you really want to roll something.
I thought it would be fun to start the heist with breaking Duchess out.
Oh, with breaking.
But if you
Duchess
guys don't want to
out.
do that, that's also fine.
Well, I think you.
That sounds stressful.
I think breaking out of the prison would be its like own score, because the prison's pretty high security. I think technically, even if Duchess is in a lower security option.
Okay, in that case, she just goes to the front desk and checks out for the day.
Right. I was like, she's on probation.
She gets like a little bracelet.
Yeah, she gets a day pass. She'll be like, I'll be back. Don't worry.
Do you want me to pick you up anything?
I'm just going to take a stroll over to Night Market if that's okay. Okay, bye-bye.
I like it more. I like thinking of it more as if Duchess is just staying at a hotel for a little bit. Like we said, like her spa. Like she just has to return, that's all. To get her things. Okay, sure. So you want to get a drug den, or I mean, it doesn't even have to be. You don't have to necessarily be stealing a specific drug den. You could just be taking a place and then refurbishing it.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe we
But-
like steal the deed, or what would we do? How would we go about taking control of a building somebody already owns? Or
Yeah.
like we could get blackmail on them to make it so that they like to work for us more than the race.
Mhm.
Or I just assume their identity and we make them vanish, never to be seen again.
So you also, if you're also trying to get a +1 with the Dimmer sisters, I mean, we got to figure out how that's gonna work too. Or if you just want information, maybe from the Dimmer sisters.
Yeah, I mean, it can just set me up to make another consort roll, I guess. It doesn't even have to be a big mechanic, because the drug dane's good by itself anyway.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is the drug den's pretty good on its own. So if you're gonna be getting a lot out of just one heist, I want to make sure it reflects that.
Do we still get normal payout if we're also seizing turf?
Yeah, we always get payout.
Okay, well I can just like we
You
can-
always get payout, but I would probably reduce it unless you do something to go out of your way to get money.
Okay. Well, I can just spend like some of my coin on the Dimmer sisters to set up that, so it's not like we're just getting it for free.
Right. Because I'm not sure if it has a specific mechanic for increasing your reputation with someone other than doing a heist for them. Just curious about that. Usually, y'all
I
just
don't-
lose
yeah.
reputation instead of getting back more.
I don't I don't remember a specific.
Whatever do you mean, Sean?
I think I was giving you rep for the sirens because you were doing jobs for them, basically.
That could almost be like a long-term project.
Changes. You may also gain +1 status with a faction that your operation helps.
Ooh.
Seizing a claim. You execute the operation like any other score, and the targeted faction loses the claim. But you take a -2 and potentially a +1 with their enemies.
Perfect. Sounds great.
Yeah, that sounds great.
That sounds great. Great. Now let me look at the Dimmer Sisters real fast again. So the Dimmer Sisters, they not really connected with other people you know yet. Okay. So yeah, maybe a long-term project, or I'm trying to think if there's like initially half of your income from the drug den will go to the Dimmer Sisters or something, was maybe what I was thinking. But we can also worry about that later. So, okay. Y'all, yeah, need to either try and gather information, or let's see. I don't
Do we know that Duchess is taking this day off? Am I like
She
pulling
shows
up?
up at the
Do I pull up
tower.
at the gondola to pick you up?
She just shows up at 7th Tower like,
Great.
get in, we're going shopping for a drug den.
We're going shopping for some new real estate.
I just saw an open
Perfect.
house down the street. I couldn't miss this opportunity.
And we're all like, yeah, great.
Okay. And y'all want to do it in night market? I think the Wraiths technically also have territory in Silk Shore.
Ooh. I
So
don't
it's up
think
to
we
you.
should do it in night market because it seems weird to compete with Muse.
They're a bar, though, right?
No, but they're like a bar
They're
as
a
a
drug
cover
den.
for a drug den, yeah.
Oh, but we're a
Don't
drug
you
den that's a
remember-
cover for spirit mumbo
Don't you
jumbo.
remember us going into the drug den in the early days? Yeah.
Usually we just bypass that by now, but yes, they are drug dealers. They're whatever their
Upstairs is the drug den, and downstairs
gang
is the
is-
yeah.
Oh, and
is
back
whatever the dealers are.
in the back room
Smugglers.
is the Bed Bath and Beyond.
It
Pillow
is.
Pillows and drugs.
Correct.
Yeah, okay, great.
Opium
Let's set
den.
up our drug den across the street from that one
The
brothel.
lady we hate.
Drop the land value, put them out of business, then buy up their shop just to spite that woman.
Yeah.
Whose name I
Or
can't even
just-
remember.
Just get all her girls hooked on our stuff, and then
Our spirits.
Oh, yeah, we should do that because I have Vengeful anyway, so we can really get back.
Okay.
At the brothel lady?
Yep.
brothel lady who we hate for no good reason.
We hate her for good reasons, Sarah.
Yeah, I
She
mean,
tried
for
to drown
reasons.
Powder Duchess.
She owns goats.
She owns goats.
Does she own goats?
She employs goats.
She basically.
When did this happen?
Remember, that was the whole Venus heist
Yeah.
situation.
Y'all
was
brought the
her.
goats
It
to
was her.
her, I think.
No, it was Venus's carriage
I
by
think
Penderton.
Venus was in goat carriage.
So
yeah.
Penderton employed goats to get Venus.
She contracts out
She is an
goat labor.
accomplice to goats.
Wow, that's a
Stands for
large
goat
category of people. I'm just gonna put that out there. Accomplice of goats. That's half of Doskvol at this point. Okay. So, yeah, I think Silk Shore is a plenty good place. I think that's also a little closer to the Dimmer Sisters. It
Okay.
is a little far from you guys, though.
You know who is
That's
in
fine.
Silk Shore? Mia.
Oh yeah, we can get Mia to run our drug den for us.
Did I say she lived in Silk Shore? I think
I
I
think
did.
I think
Oh
you
yeah,
think
yeah,
she
she does.
is,
She
yeah.
does. She
She
runs a
doesn't
shop
have
in
a
Silk Shore.
permanent residence.
I mean, yeah, permanent residence is a strong word.
You can't set up or else
That's-
it'll burn down and
that's
you'll have to
where
move on anyway.
That's where Mia and Echo meet to drink. Is Silk Shore, since
Very
that's-
primo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the rates, you know, they don't normally deal with drugs and sort of vice dens and stuff, because they're more like thieves as
Mhm.
their main source of sort of income and expertise. So I think what you're gonna have to do is maybe you'll take one of their like bases and then repurpose it as a drug den. I don't
Okay.
think they have one specifically, but I think this will be a good opportunity to get into sort of the cool things that the wraiths have. But all of their like sort of bases are secret, so you're gonna have to find them somehow first,
Yeah.
and then you can figure out what you want to do with that.
Would it be okay to say like they have a lieutenant that Duchess knows is like in charge of their operations in Silk Shore or something like that?
So they are, you know that each member wears a mask and conceals their true identity with an alias, and they communicate with a private sign language.
Well, why don't we get in touch with Slade, whatever his name is,
Slate.
for some stupid reason, and then we can just follow him and see where he goes.
And then we knock him out, you impersonate him and say, "We're gonna sell this to somebody."
Yep. This is the realtor. Her name is Duchess. She's gonna sell this place.
Flawless. It's a flawless plan.
Yeah.
I use ventriloquism with being right.
Also, I mean, before we really dive into the heist, I mean, if anyone wants to do any other downtime stuff, now's the time to do it. I don't know if anybody had personal things they wanted for the characters they wanted to do. If Sylph wanted to do more stuff with Rosalind.
Nope.
Or
Rosalind's dead
Rain?
to me.
Rosalind's dead to you. Okay.
Only because I'm
Whoa.
traumatized. Rain.
Oh, I forget you have a whole lineup of people whose names start with R.
Yeah. Let's see. What do I have? I have a pearl necklace and earrings that I want from Lord Froag that I want to give to Rain at some point.
Okay, sure. You all got that during the heist?
Yeah.
Oh.
You said they're really nice.
Yeah, I remember that.
I have that. I have pearl necklace and earrings that match. And then I also have rings. I think a couple rings from the same lockbox.
Oh, did you just take all the jewelry?
Yeah.
To give to Rain? Okay.
Yep.
Sure. That's fine. Okay, yeah.
Are
well,
their initials carved into like a lot? Like I imagine maybe sometimes they have like engraved initials.
I mean, maybe the rings, but I don't think
Yeah,
that
maybe
I don't
some
think
of
the
the
pearls
rings.
would be. Yeah, but I'm keeping the rings for a different occasion.
For a different occasion. She just gets the pearls this time.
Yeah.
Okay, that is fine. If you want, you can just leave those with her, and I'm sure she'll love them. Rain loves her some nice, beautiful objects.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anyone else wanted to do something.
The boat
if-
situation, Sean.
The boat situation. I still haven't figured out the boat situation.
It's pressing.
It is pressing. So I was thinking, I think you'll need to reacquire it as an asset for your gang. So you already have boat, but that's your gondola. So you'll need to acquire boat again, and it'll be your
Actual
medium-sized
ship.
steamboat.
Yeah.
Put 2 gondolas together, that's a steamboat.
Which serve very different purposes, so they have very different
Yeah,
uses.
yeah.
I guess that's true. Okay.
Or you can acquire it as turf, or as a as a claim of some kind. So it could be your drug den, theoretically, or something. Whatever.
Oh my god, that sounds
It could
awesome.
be your covert drops.
We get a party barge.
You get a party barge, but it's a real party barge. Not a spooky, scary party barge.
It's still spooky scary. We still spirits on the side.
Yeah, true. That's true. So I think those are your 2 options for making use of the boat. I think the boat, if you use it as a claim, though, it might be an opening way to start like a heist, but it won't be able to be used necessarily throughout the heist. Meanwhile, if you acquire it as an item for the gang, it will be available, whenever you need it, theoretically, for stuff.
I feel like we should not have the barge be our asset, because then if we're at war with the gondoliers, it'll probably be hard to use.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
We can just keep it for now and decide once we level up.
Yeah.
Echo just shines it, every day. She whispers
One day I'm gonna
to
take
it.
this baby out.
She's like,
that, or maybe
soon.
if you acquired a crew for it as like a cohort,
that'd be cool.
Could be an option too.
Steph, you want to learn how to drive a boat?
Yeah.
Yeah, right now I'm just like forcing you guys onto it. I'm like, and this is port side, and this is starboard side, and you guys just don't.
They don't like it.
Get it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, there goes that idea.
Alrighty then. So, gathering information. You must try and find where the wraiths keep their secrets.
At the very least, if we follow Slate back to where he goes, we'll at least know where he goes, and then we can follow other people from there. So it's a win-win either way.
What about our Popo friend?
Darmit?
Darmit. There's got to be a file on the wraiths.
Probably. Sure, I'll go talk to Darmit.
And be like, bribery or whatever we need to get Darmit's help.
What does Darmit sound like?
I don't know. I don't know that he's ever talked.
In 20 episodes.
He sounds like a varmint. Does Darmit?
Sounds like a varmint? A vermint? Okay. So you go talk to Darmit. Let's see. I think I guess you guys have a pretty good working relationship right now. So he might give you some free info that he has off the top of his noggin, but I don't know. If you need him to find something else, you might have to, or dig deeper. You might need to do more. So roll 2 fate die, which will be for Darmit's just tier levels.
All right,
so
Darmit.
I'll assume he is basically equivalent to you guys at all
4.
times. 4. Okay, cool. So he knows a little bit off the top of his head. So Darmit's like, okay, well, the wraiths, they're tough. They're like wraiths. They're hard to find.
They're not that tough, Darmit. Don't give them too much credit.
They slip through our fingers. Not that I really care, because I don't deal with that mess. But for the people that actually care, it's a little difficult. Now, what I do know is that, as far as we can tell, they mainly stick to the rooftops, the places that are hard to get to. We think maybe they got a couple secret bases up on some of the more reclusive areas of the city. They like to be up high for whatever reason. But every time we think we got them pinned down, bada bing, bada boom, they're gone. And
Darmit. Why do you sound like a honey badger, Darmit?
honey badgers are varmint, and I'm Darmit, the varmint honey badger. So basically, that's all he's got for you. They don't really
Okay.
know anything about specific locations. Sometimes they think they've got an area nailed down, but it doesn't usually last. It seems like they tend to use rooftops. So they've got some hidden bases on the rooftops of different parts of Doskvol.
Okay. So can I, using that information, just hang out in Silkshore on the rooftops, sneaky like, and see if I can spot anybody wearing a mask going to places they shouldn't be?
Wearing a
Sneaky-like.
mask, going places they shouldn't be.
yeah.
Yes, I think you want to use you were thinking of using prowl.
Yeah.
Okay. I think prowl is not necessarily going to be the most effective because it's not really meant for.
How much hunt do you have?
None.
Oh yeah.
But I
oh
could.
gosh, we've never used
We've
hunt.
never used
This
hunt.
would be a fairly good hunt.
I could survey.
Yeah, I do think it'd be more of a survey, so you might have better effect level with a survey.
What are my
Or hunt.
options?
So
Effect
prowl,
level
I'd
one.
put you at risky limited,
Okay.
and for survey, I'd put you at risky standard, probably. Actually, it might be a little tough. Let's say I think prowl might be risky 0 effect.
Okay.
Hunt and survey would probably be risky limited
Okay.
because these are their secret bases and they are a higher tier than you.
Okay.
And this is like what they're known for.
Or I can just try consorting first
Mhm.
to see if we get like just like rumors
Sure.
at like the pubs and things. And then maybe would that increase her effect if I gather that information first, Sean?
Yeah, you could do a setup.
So yeah, I feel like maybe between like hanging out with Mia and Silkshore, I know like the primo
The seedier bars.
seedy bars where people like really know what's going
Dives.
on in the underbelly of Silkshore. And I just consort my way through bevies and camaraderie to find out about these wraiths.
Okay, yeah, I think that's fair. Since you're just setting up, I would say you're risky standard.
Cool. I'll take it. May the power of Eel's breath be with me.
Nice.
Okay, the power of Eel's breath is with you. You kind of talk to Mia. You guys have a girls' night on the town and go chatting up the locals. Have some eel's breath, spread some eel's breath, blow some fire, and eventually you get to one of the bars, and Mia's like, "I got a good feeling about this one. Let's see what we can find." And filled with a bunch of tufts of various kinds, shapes, and sizes, but y'all fit right in. And you eventually, I think, kind of are chatting up people, like pretending you're looking for a job, like looking for someone to work for, even if it's a little bit of a dirty business. And yeah, you hear a couple of guys tell you about how they've been working for these strange masked fellas who don't even seem to talk to you very much, but they pay pretty good if you can give them the right information. And they tell you about one of their meeting places, which will be in let's see. Yeah, I think maybe they tell you about an area they tend to like meet up with them. And so you think that's a good spot to start looking for, as maybe there's something around there. And
At
so of
least
course
Sylph
it's
can like follow them back from that meeting place.
yeah, or like, you think this would be a good it's likely that they only meet but so far away from their stuff. So you might as well start there and see what you can do. Let's see. I think
I come back, staggering and giggling, and I'm like, so I found the place. You're gonna have to go in and watch for them, but that's where the sneaky wraiths are.
Like, okay, Echo, it's gonna be good.
It's right here. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine. I believe in you. Wherever it is that Sean said.
yeah, I think it's in the very southern part of Silk Shore, in between like close to Barrel Cleft and the fields that are worked. So it's in that sort of middle island, towards the south, in that area. So that will give you +1 effect.
Good gondola
Cool.
access.
I give Echo some water. Sit her down.
I'm singing sea shanties by now.
That's fine.
And I'm just like, it would have been a great pirate. It was great.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I'll go out.
This is not probably that unusual for
No.
Echo. Okay, you'll go out and
Scope it out.
with what?
With prowl.
Okay, so you're risky limited.
Yep. What's limited about it?
I think you're maybe prowling around, but these are also master thieves
Mhm.
who are used to prowling themselves, so they know all the tricks in the book as
Okay.
well. So I think maybe you'd be able to follow them part of the way, but this is also like their home turf. They know all the back alleys, all the hidden entrances, and all that stuff. So I think you would have a hard time following them all the way back to where
Okay.
they're going,
Yeah, sure. If
without doing something more dramatic.
If I push myself, I get to perform a feat of athletics that verges on the superhuman. Can that make me fast enough to actually follow them, even if I don't know exactly where they're going? I can keep up with them at least.
Yeah, technically you can push yourself to get effect level too, I believe.
Yeah, but that I can do that normally. So would that help in addition?
You said it was a feat of superhuman.
A feat of athletics that verges on the
Athletics.
superhuman. Yeah.
I don't think so, because I think this is like long, like not like one action.
Okay.
So it's like I'm making you roll one action
Yeah,
roll,
sure.
but it's covering a longer process of trailing people, trying to trail people.
Okay, sure. I will push myself for greater effect, and I will also swap position for effect by exhausting myself trying to follow them.
Okay, sure.
Which puts me at desperate great,
greater.
but I'm injured 1, so that puts me at desperate.
Oh, you're injured.
Yeah. Desperate.
Puts you at desperate standard.
Yes.
Should have made you have some eel's breath. That would have fixed you right up.
Okay, yeah, if you want to go for it.
Yeah, I'm going for it. And I'm gonna take Daredevil too, because YOLO 6.
Wow. Okay, sure. So you are on the lookout throughout the night. You can see all sort of the lights and the parties and the debauchery of Silkshore laid out in front of you. Neon sort of ether lights flashing, the laughter of women and men sort of fading into the distance. You can even see the spark towers and the famed sort of flyers who fly on large kites up and around by the Sparkcraft walls and catch the lightning that arcs off of it onto them. And through all of that, though, with your eyes and your dark vision goggles, you're kind of scoping out the area, looking for anyone suspicious. It's just as the wraiths know all the tricks in the book, so do you. And it doesn't take you too long. Actually, it probably does take you a little while, and that's what's exhausting you is you've got to keep track of everything that's going on in sort of the area for a couple hours
Mm-hmm.
into the night, and eventually, sort of. Silkshore does quiet down a little bit by Silkshore standards. And you see lots of people kind of moving in the darkness, trying not to be seen. But eventually you see someone wearing a strange sort of mask who seems to be taking extra precautions and moving with the skill of sort of a master thief. And you start following them through Silkshore. And they take a very sort of winding path. A couple of times you are almost positive you've been seen before you've ducked around a corner. But luckily, it all seems to work out. And eventually, they make their way to sort of an area of Silk Shore, like I said, in the south. That seems to be, I think, um, a bit worn down. That's definitely, you've seen the sort of like quality of patrons and clientele has dropped. And it's a bit darker, a bit more unkept, and the person sort of scales a couple buildings before leaping to one of the tallest, probably like a 5-story building, um, which is sort of just a shambling complex that's started to decay and fall apart, but you can see squatters kind of hiding in and around and muffled conversations. And they make their way all the way to the rooftop of there and don't seem to leave for a while.
Cool. I will
With that-
stealthily make my way back to 7th Tower to make sure nobody saw me and report this to them.
You think maybe there was someone, people probably saw you, but they might not have, like, they probably didn't think
Yeah.
you were anyone other than anything else, just another vagabond in the night.
With that information, do we think I can find maybe like a business that the race are like protecting, like from other thieves, and see if we can sort of push them out of the way and then take over the protection of this business?
Mm.
What? So what are you trying to achieve?
Uh, identify the place that we can like actually take as turf.
Oh, I think that is the actual place.
The base, that base
Yeah,
is
so
the
you
tower.
can use that base as, you'd have to convert it into a drug den. But I don't think that would be very hard.
Okay.
I
they're
do
not, like,
think it would
They're
be
not running businesses of any kind. Or, I mean,
Right.
they might be
I meant like a
extorting.
protection racket. Yeah, like they're like,
Yeah,
we'll
they might
protect you
be.
from other thieves.
like the mafia.
I think if they're
I was gonna say maybe this is how we'll tie in the Dimmer sisters. Y'all don't want to have to deal with like managing a drug den. So you acquire the turf. The Dimmer sisters will handle all the administration and give you a cut of the profits, but they'll also do their spirit trading.
yeah, that's cool.
Does that make sense?
Sure, yeah, I guess that's better for us.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is, if the wraiths are thieves, they're probably like their bases are probably used to stash their thieved things before they're selling them or getting rid of them, right? So I think in order to get good payout from this, it would be beneficial to know like when they're dropping, and so that they have valuable stuff there when we take it, so that we can use that and get payout from that, instead of just taking it and having a drug den.
What if we, with Darmit, we, instead of stealing something, we place something there at their den.
Mm-hmm.
And then Darmit is working with us to like organize a raid on this place. And then so the race get like rounded up or routed. And so they abandon this place. Because
Yeah, so we like expose them to make the base useless.
yeah, and Darmit gets like a big promotion from it, so he likes us more.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's like a place instead of a steal.
Yeah, a
A
frame.
drop.
A frame.
Yeah, a framing. Yeah, I think that's a good idea because it will make y'all less
Wouldn't it be fun if we put
directly
something of
culpable.
Lord Skurlock's in? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, so I guess what yeah, you need to, by removing this location from the race, you'll hurt the race, which was one of our goals. And
Yep.
then you'll have access to this location and you can use it as a drug den.
Yep.
And we'll just, the Dimmer sisters will somehow get a piece of the pie. Abby also had a good idea though, because if you want to make, I guess it depends, if you want to be a little more careful potentially, or if you want to make a little more money, because they're not going to keep stash stuff there for very long.
Exactly.
If they even leave it there, or they're just going to leave small stuff. So you could try and see if they like gather information to see if they're going to have a big heist, and then try and break in and get their good stuff.
I think
Or,
that's
like,
worth it.
You could set it up, so that you could set everything up so that the blue coats can come in and clear them out for you, and then you basically have an empty area to take over more easily.
Yes. And then Darmit will set aside some of the goods for us because he's a good friend, and that's how we'll get payout.
Sure.
There
So we'll
still have to
combine the
be
two?
goods there. Yeah. There's still,
Okay, I think that's fair. I think that makes sense because you'll need to do a little more gathering information then to figure out if you can find out when they'll have a good score coming in, and then for the y'all's actual score, that will be setting things up for the blue coats.
Yep.
Okay. Well, who wants to see if they can find out when the Wraith's next big haul is coming in? I don't think it'll be easy.
With informants, we always get +1D to gather information, right? Because I don't think I've done that for the last 20
we
sessions.
forget to do that, don't
I was
we?
just looking at that, but I think y'all have rolled 6s on everything. So
Yeah,
far.
it's true.
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could have gotten crits.
Let's see. We're trying to figure out when the race will have a big score.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which sounds pretty tough to figure out is the only thing. So I'm not sure how you're gonna do it. They probably don't go blasting their plans through streets, writing them down on little pieces of paper.
We could capture one and force him to tell us.
I could be a homeless person.
Go hang out with Telda.
Ooh, what? Oh my goodness. Okay. Echo.
See.
Echo. Okay.
Yeah.
Sylph finds a low-level wraith. I take out said low-level wraith. You put on their mask and pretend to be them and like stand in the back of the room at the monthly business-wide meeting. Well, yeah, I mean, it's someone so low that like they're not expected to talk. They're just there to be like, okay, this is your job in this plan, and then we act on that information before this other person can get back.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I get to impersonate someone without being able to talk. It sounds great. I'll just be like the most emotive, non-talking person ever. It'll be great.
Perfect. So, Sean, I believe this is a setup for a gather information.
I don't know what this is.
But I guess Sarah.
How can we make this even more complicated?
Yeah, Sarah's infiltration of the meeting is the action roll that we want to make. So we need to know the
gather information
position and effect for that first.
Oh, I just make my own mask and I just put on don't even impersonate anyone.
Just show up. That's baseline, Sean. It'll work from there. We have a paper mache mask, and she's just walking in.
Yeah, that's like negative effect level.
Desperate plus 0 plus plus.
Powder the vents.
I subtract dice at that point. It's such a low chance of success. Okay, so I like the creativity. I think you're gonna have trouble because
be supportive.
You don't know if they'll have a meeting. You don't know where they might have a meeting. You don't know when they might have a meeting.
Okay, sure. So we need to find that out first. We were gonna find that out from the guy. So I guess let's capture the guy.
Yeah, let's get the guy. So I'm gonna capture a wraith. What's my position and effect?
This is what I'm going to do. I feel like Duchess is just like sitting on a rooftop drinking whiskey with a shotgun with her pocket pistol.
She is
looking out over the rooftops of Silkshore, waiting for a wraith to just wander by and pull out her shotgun.
She's smoking. She puts it out into a shot of whiskey and then takes it and shoots.
And she's like, "This is just the sort of thing I needed to."
She's got the electric spooker. She just reaches out a prod and is like, "Darling, it's time for you to take a nap."
Mm-hmm.
And
I'll drop the car battery on them from above. That's how I'll knock them out.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So I think if you want to capture a wraith, that is going to be.
What are you rolling to capture a wraith?
Skirmish.
Okay.
Okay.
Which is my best action rating.
What?
Exactly.
Questions.
I think for skirmish, you'd probably be. I don't know. I think this is going to be hard. I think you're desperate limited. Because I think you're going to have a hard time finding one.
Mm-hmm.
A person that you can just jump real fast. They're technically a tier above you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And if you mess it up, this is bad. I don't know if this is the best answer to this problem.
No, it is.
It's one answer, that's for sure. You could use spirits.
We could just
see if you can use spirits to your advantage.
Send Abby into their tower, make them look at a forgotten god, and
It's the easy answer, Echo. We don't take the easy answer.
You could put like a recharge time on that thing. Can only be used every other heist.
I mean, the recharge time is that it takes 3 stress, which is significant. Just wait until I get traumatized, Sean, and then I can actually summon He Who Walks in Darkness. It's gonna be great.
Okay, this is the battle plan. We're gonna just walk in. I'm gonna be behind Sylph. My sole purpose is to protect her from everything with resistance rolls, and she just addresses every problem by killing them with her eyes.
Oh my gosh, we've lost the plot. We've moved on to a heist directly.
Do we need a break?
Yeah, let's take a quick break and we'll figure out what the next move is.
You
real
got it.
fast.
We're back.
I thought we were gonna clear things up, but I just got more confused.
It's crystal clear to
100%.
us three.
Which,
It's a
if that
great
tells you
plan.
anything, I think that's usually how all of these work. It's crystal
Yeah.
clear to them, but
Hit
I
us up
have
with
no
the new
idea what's
plan,
going
sir.
on at any moment.
Linda, listen.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, okay.
I think we got to do two things.
We got a new
Echo.
plan, guys.
Echo, you're good at swaying, right?
Yeah.
The best.
You want to go sway with the hive and give them to get us something we can plant? Who even knows what it's going to be?
Yeah, I mean, get them to steal from a noble house. That's...
No. The
They probably
hive.
won't steal.
Oh, the
from
hive.
you.
The
No,
hive.
yeah,
yes,
the
yes,
hive.
yes,
They're just
yes,
who
yes,
knows
yes.
where they're going to
They're
get
just
it
gonna
from.
gift us shattered pieces of an old crown or
Sure.
some shit, and then
Yeah. Like,
Probably
we're-
not that one.
It's like we don't need it. We're just gonna borrow it because you're
Right.
gonna get it back after the blue coats.
Yeah,
Take it.
sure. I can talk to the hive.
because the hive is actually like they
A
have
merchant. Thing,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, they're a legal organization within Doskvol.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We're working within against the law.
It's
Working against
litigious.
the law using
using the
within
law.
I don't know. Using the law.
We're
Yeah, exactly.
wielding the law unlawfully.
Yes, there you go. Right. I do like that. Okay, so yeah, you're convincing the hive to give you a item.
Yep.
Very expensive, rare item.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
To what end?
So,
We're gonna plant it, and then the race are gonna look really bad when they have it in their hideout.
Yep.
yeah, so we're gonna put it around all the stuff that we want the wraiths to steal, so they accidentally steal this super rare and incriminating.
No, we're
thing.
putting
No,
it
we're-
in their base.
Yeah,
Oh, we
we're
s-
gonna go and put it in their base
Okay.
after
Okay.
they steal the other things.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and then we have to get them to steal other things.
Yes, yeah, that's good. That's yeah.
This is
That's
fine, it's
another
fine.
roll. Okay.
Yes,
Jesus.
we got 2 rolls here, Sean. We're ready.
Okay.
I'm gonna
These-
go.
I don't
as
even
my
know what these are.
My southern business lady persona because
The
it's
hive
just...
knows who you are.
I know.
Just talk to-
She's just practicing, Sean. She's got to hone her craft.
You can just say hello to Kalir. She's honing her
I guess-
craft.
No, you should go as your southern business
mean,
persona. I
you
love
can.
it.
It's less for the hive and it's more for like setting
For Sarah.
up. That too, Sean. That too.
Okay, fair. I'm just asking
And
for honesty
our
here.
viewers. Yeah.
They come for the
well,
accents. That's it. That's all we ask for.
It's true. Yeah. Okay. So I knock knock.
Yeah. Okay. So you set up a meeting with Kalir. That's not too hard. I mean, he's a businessman, and he has an office in. Where does he have an office? Probably in. What is it?
Charter Hall?
Charter Hall?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, there's so many names for these districts that I have to always
Oh,
remember. Probably in a nice part of Charter Hall.
Hmm.
Part of probably a complex of offices for the hive. So you send a message, come inside. The secretary at the front says, "May I help you, ma'am?"
I have a meeting with Kalir.
Of course, let me see if he's free at the moment. And she goes on back, opens up a door. You hear her talking to someone, and she comes back and says, "Of course, madam, he's ready to meet you." And head on back to Kalir once again. Just a reminder, Kalir is a handsome, tall, dark-skinned man with shaved bald head, and he looks very refined and of Iruvian descent. He has impeccable suit on, as well as a very well decorated office with tasteful but expensive decor. And he greets you, and I guess he would know your name. I think.
He would? Positive? or-
Probably.
I mean, he definitely knows Duchess.
He does.
Just go in disguise as Duchess.
Oh, all of a sudden I'm Southern.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
He
Or
doesn't know
if he
who I am.
does, he doesn't need to use it. So, and he knows this meeting is probably not just for shits and giggles. So, anyway, so you sit down in his office, and he says, "Well, I was maybe expecting Violette, but what can I do for Foxfire?"
Yeah, and Echo continues maintaining Southern persona. She needs to practice.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's just like, well, we're very grateful for your business, and we would like to continue our help with the hive. And one of the things that we're thinking about doing would really be of great benefit to you. And we just need a small loan of any certain, artifact that you would just, would be extra notable if it was found in the wrong hands, so to say, so to speak, yada, yada, yada. And she's like, basically, give us a special thing, like pieces of a broken crown or something like that.
Okay. Probably just controlled standard.
Woohoo!
Roll a sway.
+1 dice because of informants.
I'm not gonna consider this gathering information.
Okay, that's fair.
This is like a downtime activity to set up a
I
heist.
will use cloak and dagger +1 D rolls to. I guess I'm not deflecting suspicion.
You're not really- yeah, or confusing.
He's probably is confused though.
He's definitely confused. He's like, I don't remember a Southern lady.
Okay, you could try again from a reduced
Wait, that
position.
doesn't count? I got 5. Okay.
Yeah, 5 is part of the 4-5 level. So here's you can get the effect, but there will be a consequence, a minor consequence, or you can try again with a riskier position, or you can try a different approach, still at a controlled level. So controlled lets you basically gives you the option to choose to not take a consequence.
Do you have 3
Okay.
in consort as well?
Yes.
Yeah,
You
we'll
could
just be like-
consort with him.
I'm just good at consort instead of sway.
Just be like, well, as a fellow business person, I understand how these things work, and of course, I would give you a down payment of some kind for you to hold as collateral. We business people.
I wasn't
know
gonna
how
give
that
it
would
to you,
work.
but I like that collateral. That was a good play. Okay, try again at controlled standard with consort.
Okay. Bada bing, bada bum. Come on, Southern accent. Why do I only get a 5? I don't know.
Okay. So I probably won't let you try again at a controlled level. You could do something to try again at like a riskier level, or you can just take whatever the effect is. Which
You could take a controlled consequence. That's not that bad, and you could always resist it if it is bad.
Yeah. True, you could. I'm not sure what that consequence is gonna be.
It's a very musical session.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da.
We're always musical in our hearts. Let's see. You could.
I could owe him a favor. Like, Echo could.
We could get some heat because the item's going missing for a while.
Yeah, it doesn't really affect you. Here's what it will be. Kalir's Kalir's bargain will be this. He says, the Hive appreciates the work you do for us, but we're a little tired of holding your hand for some of these operations. So, while I think we're willing to help you out for this one, in the future, unless we offer it ourselves, do not think of us as friends. We're not here to help you with all of your little jobs.
Kalir, you're
We
literally
hired
our
you.
patron.
I know, but I'm not your
I'm
friend. I hired you to do a job. That doesn't mean I need to be responsible for helping you do all these
Sure,
jobs.
that makes sense.
You see what? Like he's
Yeah,
like,
that's
this is a
fine.
business relationship. So if
business partners help them out every now and then, but okay, fine, sure, honey.
I think he insinuates too, like the Hive can't be caught helping
Yeah,
y'all
yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
time because that would
Yeah,
look
that's fine.
bad on them.
Yep.
So it's like every time we stick our neck out for you, it could blow back on us.
Yep,
So
that makes
Okay,
sense.
darling.
Yeah.
I understand how unnerving this is, but just trust in me and kiss, kiss. Here's the collateral. Do you want me to like take coin out of my stash for like collateral?
Yeah, I'd say 2 coin probably for the collateral. And he says, give me a couple of days and I will arrange though for something to be available in a specified safe box at the bank, and you can use that for whatever this job is. So yeah. So basically, I think your consequence will be unless you do something of some kind, they're not gonna help. You can't rely on the Hive to help you for jobs in the future.
We need
Unless
to
you
get
do
a
something
new sugar daddy.
to get them back on your good side.
Yeah, they're not a
they're
great sugar daddy.
I mean, they got you
Honey
on your
daddy.
feet, but now you're starting to become
Honey
competition.
daddy.
So let's take them out.
It's
Kalir, I
constantly
thought you were cute.
shifting level of alliances. Oh, he cute.
He cute, but he trouble.
He cute, but he trouble. That's how it
He
goes
cute,
in
but he
Doskvol.
Ain't that the truth, though?
Ain't that the truth?
Okay, so I come back, throw down my gloves.
Okay. Are you ready for this, Sean?
No, I'm never.
You're
never
not ready for what I'm about to tell you. Okay. The Duchess goes to a noble, someone that she knows. What's their name, Sean?
Oh, okay. You had all that time and you couldn't think of a name. Okay, their
Celeste.
name. Celeste. Let's see. Their name. Did you want it to be
Some
a man
man.
or a woman?
Yeah, it's just some
Guy
person,
some random
who's
person.
unmarried. Yeah.
Okay, so this noble's name is going to be let's say Corin Strathmill.
Strathmill. Okay. Well, I set up some thing with Strathmill. We're going to go somewhere. I just need him to get out of his house for and come with me for literally all of 45 seconds. Maybe I just wait with him, or I stake out his house, and then when I see him going to the opera, I walk oh, are you going to the opera? Let's walk together, and then we go together.
Okay.
Okay, and this will need Sylph's help.
Oh.
Because I need you to run out and be all scary.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're gonna rob us.
Yeah.
But you're a distraction because then I knock him unconscious. And then we kidnap him. And then we go to the race and be like, hey, this house is gonna be empty for the next 5 days.
Would we not just take the stuff then?
What do you mean?
I mean,
well, I mean, he probably has other things protecting his wealth than just himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got a safe that needs cracking.
And y'all are all notoriously bad at that.
I've gotten better.
Okay.
Classic.
Yeah, I can do that.
So I guess
Or
Sean,
okay.
I want to skirmish him unconscious, but I want Sylph's help because I don't want him to know it is me. Like when he wakes up, I'll
Okay.
also pretend to be kidnapped and we're both being ransomed or something, even though I'm the one that captured him.
I was not ready for this. You just love to make everything so complicated.
Yeah.
All right. So, I think you want to skirmish.
Yes.
You're going to be to skirmish him unconscious. I'm going to say desperate standard
Okay.
because skirmishing's not exactly a stealthy way to knock someone out.
Yeah, that's fine.
So he might see you punch him in the face.
Yes, and that is what I want Sylph's help with.
Yeah,
So
I
you
can
wanna
do a
set
setup.
Yeah. Setup gets me
Setup
what?
only gives you. I might give you position. Yeah, I think it can. Let me double check.
Okay.
You'd think we'd remember this all by now. Setup can give you
I
effect level or
literally
position.
can never remember.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
perfect.
I
just
would
doesn't give
like
dice, that's the
to
thing.
set up with a tune and summon a ghost so that he's fully terrified and distracted.
Okay, and
I wasn't
Duchess
ready
too,
for that one.
technically. Oh
How
my gosh.
extra can we be? That's the real question.
We
for
just
today.
summon a ghost in the middle of like freaking Charter Hall or whatever, wherever.
Spirit
Yeah.
wardens
White
appear.
Bridge or something.
What else?
There will be no witnesses
White
because they'll
stone.
all be dead because of the ghost.
They'll all be scared to death.
Yep. That's what I'd like, Sean.
Oh, okay. Sure. I mean, sure. Whatever.
What's my position effect?
To summon a ghost in the middle of a crowded.
On the way to the opera. Yeah.
I tell him, I'm like, oh, I know a shortcut through this
Mm.
unhaunted alleyway.
And we can be like, it's that lady who keeps leaving the things in the opera. Remember
It's
how
that
she
lady. It's that crazy lady who keeps haunting the opera.
because she is the Phantom of the Opera.
It's probably Brightstone, which is very well patrolled. So I think you'll probably be desperate standard as well.
Okay.
Since the nobles live in
How did we
Brightstone.
determine how effect level affects setup?
Oh.
Note Sean's brain explode.
How does effect level affect? Oh my gosh. I have no idea. I would say you have to get the effect level up to standard.
Okay, I'll push myself.
Like
then.
the effect level has to be standard,
That's
or else
fine.
you
Yeah, yeah,
cannot get a bonus to their
Okay.
effect.
Desperate standard after I pushed myself. With Daredevil. I think that'll be good.
Okay.
Yep.
Roll them dice.
Oh, only a 5.
5. Okay.
Curses.
So I think how is this gonna work? So I think you summon a ghost, or you attempt to summon one ghost, but you end up summoning quite a few ghosts.
God.
And things maybe get a little crazy. So you will what does that mean, though? I think it'll probably be bonus heat, and also, I mean, Duchess is not meant to deal with ghosts. I think you might have to. I think you
I
might
can
Yeah.
resist.
take harm.
I'll expend my special armor to resist a supernatural consequence and not have that happen.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So you start summoning these ghosts, these ghosty ghosts, and they you get one, but you pull up a whole net of them basically.
Oh no! Just
Start
go away!
popping
Go
up.
away! We don't want you.
And then you just like get going. Damn
Spook
ghosts.
'em.
Just spook them real good. And before the others can sort of fully manifest, you get rid of them all. But that one does still appear. I think you'll still take a +2 heat penalty because that was a different.
Yeah,
this
that's
was
fine.
a double whammy, but you prevented the potentially more serious consequence of the actual ghost, and that can set up for Duchess because
So
that
you're
poor
a
man's
risky
very
standard
scared.
now.
Sub risky standard.
Yeah.
Do I want to trade position for effect now and get right back up to where we were? No, I don't. Okay, so I'm going to skirmish him. Is this a gather information?
These are like downtime activities to set up a heist at this point. Because you're not gathering any information. I'm not telling you any information. You're telling me information, and I'm dealing with the consequences.
The information is, when is his house going to be unoccupied because we kidnapped him?
When you make it unoccupied, that's when. If you had asked me, when is this house going to be unoccupied, I could have told you that answer. But instead, you made it unoccupied.
Do I have
Forcefully.
any-
Sean, we're doers.
Yeah, you guys really are. You do give me some troubles, that's for sure.
Okay. Oh my god!
That's horrible.
From across the city,
Oh.
Echo has a bad feeling about this.
Oh. Let us see what good consequences can we get from this.
Resist.
All right. So. So I think you try to go take a swipe at this guy and knock him out with a signature Duchess punch to the face.
I have my
And-
sledgehammer under my dress.
Yeah, you thought about whipping out the sledgehammer, but you decided not to. And unbeknownst to you, he had actually already fainted and collapsed on the ground. And so you go to swipe to where you thought his face would be, and it's not there. You can't technically succeed in kidnapping him because you failed the roll. So I think the ghost attracts like way more attention than you thought, and maybe unbeknownst to you, there was a patrol of bluecoats and maybe a spirit warden or two in them that had just rounded the corner. And they see this ghost and they see you next to this person who has fallen unconscious. And they rush to see what the situation is. I think you will. I want to give Duchess some sort of like consequence with the nobility or something. Like.
Maybe she's like, there's like a rumor that she's like bad luck or like
Oh yeah, that's a
curse, you
good one.
know?
Yeah, Duchess. Yes, that's very good. I
the
like
witch
that a
of the
lot.
waste or something like that.
So I want like you'll take maybe I guess I want it to be like nobility specific, so I almost want to be like -1 effect level with nobility or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
something. Like, yeah,
Okay.
and it'll
I'm
be
gonna resist this consequence.
okay, that's fine.
You don't
Yeah.
even have to finish formalizing it because I'm gonna.
But I
resist
like
it.
the idea of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I think Duchess keeps doing all this stuff with the nobility, and so like I think your consequences,
And
the
bad
nobility is
things
starting to
keep
realize,
happening.
yeah, that things are kind of
Mm.
maybe a little weirder than usual, but you're gonna resist it.
I
Try with
understand this
insight.
consequence, so I'm gonna pretend to be a different noble when the blue coats get there.
Yeah. Or you can just pretend to be scared, I guess.
Yeah,
Like,
also
you
I
were
can pretend
very
to faint too.
I just
Yeah,
dressed you
exactly.
up in a disguise before you went.
Not unusual.
I'm like, here, fake a limp, it'll be fine.
Insight, prowess, resolve, they're all the same.
Insight, yeah.
6.
job.
Okay. All right. But you have not acquired. They get him. They like the blue coats are helping him, so you cannot kidnap this man.
Hey, Sean, can we gather information and ask you a question?
Yeah, yes. So, what question would you like to ask me? I would love to answer a question right now.
When will this house be empty so that the raids can raid it?
That is a great question, Sarah,
Isn't
and
it,
I'm
though?
glad you asked. So the I think what you'll need to do. Let me just double check something real fast.
Kidnap a noble.
Okay, so I think you've got to ask me a question with also like an action in mind. So what action would you like to do to help find out this information? Anyone can do this, not just Echo.
So I would be like, I would be the peddler, I don't know. I'd be on the street being like knocking on doors for like the week trying to like convert people to that weird religion that I did last time.
You can't do that in this area.
Damn
It's
it!
too fancy.
What
There's
if
specifically no street peddlers or stuff like that.
What if I got? I know I said Rosalind was dead to me, but what if I got Rosalind to invite him to a party, and he would go to this party with her, and then he would be at this party, and his house would be empty.
Once again, you're doing something and not asking me a question.
No,
But I'm
and
fine
then
with that.
and then that's when the house would be empty. Is when he's at this party.
You're not wrong.
Sean,
You
we're
said
doers.
you.
Well, no. So we ask for information, and then we have to find a way to figure
Yeah,
out the
yeah.
information.
What action? So I think we talked
So
about this off screen.
So
a
I
little
could
bit.
She could
sway
just scope out the
Rosalind,
You're
or
yeah.
I could just prowl and watch what his schedule is. Or we could do many things.
We could do many things.
Or I could be a
but
new maid.
You could. You've done that a lot, though.
Being
I
a
like
maid is
Rosalind.
great.
What if you? So here's what I would suggest. So we're back on gathering information. Ask Rosalind, or go to. I'm sure he goes to parties. He's a noble.
Yeah, when the next
Consort with
big
him at a
soiree
party
is. Yeah.
and figure out what his plans are.
Well, I'm not going to do that, but Echo
Someone
can do
can.
that. Because Duchess and I both have. Oh, you don't have less effect anymore. Duchess.
And then
should
you
do
can
that.
ask the question at this party by
When
consorting
is your
and
house
say,
gonna be empty?
I'm gonna seduce him. That's what I need to know when
Ooh.
his house is gonna be empty.
okay, you're gonna seduce him. Sure. How?
Sean's
Okay.
like, please
Let's
never.
just get through this. Please pick Please pick an action to roll.
Consort. I'm
Okay.
going to consort being his consort. It's gonna be great.
Okay. Sure. Sure, just roll the dice, please.
Risky standard? Does it matter?
Yes. Yes, risky standard.
He's over it.
We've broken him.
Wait, this is gather information
This is
for
gather
Will, so
information.
You do
You
get the
get
plus
one extra die. Roll one extra die.
Wait. Na, da, 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 da.
I mean, you have a pretty
I'm
good
gonna have to
chance
do
of
the notes.
succeeding.
Hey.
Okay, so you get a 5. Okay, so you do it, but there are consequences.
I actually have to meet this guy as my lover. That's the consequence. Acquire lover never wanted.
Acquire unwanted lover. Let's see. Okay, so you do talk to him at this fancy party, rub elbows. Between Rosalind and your informants, you found out when this party would be, who would be there, blah blah blah, and you talk to him, and he mentions, "Oh yes, I was planning on making a trip to Ruvia at some point. I'd always wanted to see it, and I thought now might be a good time. I have a special boat set up, and a couple of family members are coming with me to enjoy the new sights. We were planning on leaving probably within the month, blah blah blah. Anyways, that is your information. Now, what is your consequence? Let us see.
No consequence, darling.
I think your consequence is going to be. I feel like he would be suspicious. So I think there's the potential that the wraiths won't be able to get as much stuff off of them if his defenses are up. So I'll probably figure that out like off screen, how much wealth they'll be able to get off of him based
Okay,
on like
that's
their
fine.
tier and his tier and stuff. So I'll make a note for the fact that they'll have a slightly harder time getting all the good
that's
stuff.
fine.
I mean, we're trying to hit like 3 birds with 1 stone, so.
Oh, I know, girl. I know.
We're just trying to be efficient. That should be one of our gang qualities. Efficient. In many ways, but inefficient in many others.
So many.
I think you'll make things harder for yourselves by overthinking it.
Potentially.
No.
And also, I mean, you want to hit like your vices and your all of your new lovely traumas, so that makes things harder too. But sometimes we can go with the simple answer. Okay, so the wraiths might have a harder time getting loot off of this guy, which I'll figure out for y'all's eventual payout. But I think it's fairly easy after that to let the wraiths know that you think there'd be a good score as a peace
gesture.
offering, friendly gesture, sort of offering of goodwill, that there's a lucrative score they could maybe do.
We're all booked
especially
up that
because
day,
you've been
but
known to be a little delinquent on your own payments, so you're giving
they
up
come
on
for
this
payment.
score.
We're like, listen, have we got a deal for you? Instead of us giving you money, we'll let you go take it from somewhere.
It'll be so easy, darling. All you have to do.
He won't even be there. He's gone for months. He's taking his family with him. It's fine. You know, it'll be a piece of cake, and it should be easy money. We got that information just for you. Okay. Yeah. And so I think y'all are ready to.
It took us
finally start your score.
2 hours.
I mean, that's usually how it works.
Yeah.
That's true.
It was going a little faster. In the
Okay,
beginning,
so
but
what
then
are we
hit a
doing?
roadblock.
Stealth entry point?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I
just
think you're doing.
I would like to do a prowl and determine what's the best way in this building.
I think.
This is when we plant the super secret object, just for everybody who's keeping up with the plan. So So we have fast forwarded. They've stolen the goods already. The goods are in the secret hideout, and we are now adding our extra super special item from the hive so that when the police come.
Yes. And we've already tipped off Darmit to tip off the blue coats to raid this like 5 minutes after we leave.
We like we walk out and then we like high five Darmit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can do that. So prowl to try and discover the best point of entry. You'll probably just be what will you be? What will you be? I guess you've already found it. So we'll just go with risky standard. And you can get a +1 from your informants.
Okay, that's fine. Risky limited with +1. Oh my god!
What the
So it's risky
That's all
standard.
your 60s.
There you
Your
go.
6s from the last like 3 rolls
I
that
know.
y'all had trouble with. Okay, that's fine.
I don't
Yeah,
think
that
we've
worked
ever
out.
rolled 6 6s before.
Yeah, 3 6s.
Or 3
Wow.
6s, yeah.
That actually summons Duchess's demon.
And then he's like, just going through there. That's the
It's
best
like
spot.
conveniently, this is the item I wanted, so just go get it for me.
Okay, so I think so all of Silk Shore is like known for its canals more so than even the rest of the city. So this building is kind of like a larger complex that seems to be really run down, like I said, but it is 5 stories, kind of each sequentially getting a little smaller. So it's almost kind of like a somewhat of a stacked, like an asymmetrical stacked pyramid. And y'all need to get to the very top. Silk Shore is a pretty popular place, so you know that it's gonna be there's gonna be people and probably lookouts and informants of all kinds, helping to guard and keep an eye out on the place. And I think from your prowling, it's too difficult to get like to the top level. Like you can't get to anything from an adjacent building or something. But you see through your prowling that there is from the canals. There's like a drain gate that's just a little bit like above the canal. It's big enough that you think y'all could crawl through, and the grate seems pretty deteriorated, so it shouldn't be too hard to get through.
Perfect.
And that will get you at least relatively unnoticed access to the inside somehow.
Great. So that can be our point of entry then.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think maybe this was an old slaughterhouse at some point. So it used to be like a drain grate for when
Wonderful.
they would
Back when
wash everything
goats-
away and down and stuff. But now it'll like open up to the bottom part of the warehouse.
Cool.
Sort of the floor. And that can be your point of entry.
Perfect.
Okay.
So you'll have to pick your
Engagement.
loadouts.
Oh, heavy.
Heavy.
She's always heavy these days.
She always heavy.
Why not
Ooh,
heavy?
She heavy.
Ooh, girl, she heavy.
She heavy.
She heavy.
I guess I don't want to feel inadequate. I'll go heavy.
Remind me
both
what
heavy.
the difference is between.
So light, you look like a regular person.
Meh.
Normal, you look like you're ready for trouble, but you're not excessively like
Bulked out.
kitted out.
Yeah.
Heavy, you look like you're about to fight someone and wreck their faith. Like knock their lights out.
Could I be homeless and normal, or would I have to be light to be homeless potentially?
I mean, I think it would be more convincing if you were light. You could probably do it as normal. Heavy, I think, is basically people see you and they instantly know you are up
That's
to no
the-
good.
She heavy because no one sees her ever.
Yeah.
She
So it's
heavy
Or
like
because
when
if
they
someone
do,
sees
they
her, they're
die.
comatose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, if someone sees you, they know you're doing something bad.
That's fine.
Basically,
I think with
normal,
us
they're
being
just
heavy,
suspicious.
You can be light, and we'll
Yeah.
just pick.
Light.
So you
let's
can be
just,
in disguise if need be.
Yeah, we'll just keep it light. Keep it light, y'all.
Keep it light. That's what Doskvol's all about. Keeping it
The
light,
one,
keeping it
the
fun,
one shining light.
keeping it simple.
Keeping it fresh.
Okay. Keeping it fresh. Them fresh rats, that's for sure. Okay. Is
Bring back
this
the rats.
operation particularly bold or
I'm
daring?
gonna start with 1.
It's convoluted. Is
It's
that-
definitely complex and contingent on many factors. So I'm taking that away. So you're at 0. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they are weakest?
Yeah, they're secret base.
Yeah, we're hitting them. We're using their strength as a weakness.
Mhm.
They're greedy, so we know they're gonna rob this place. We know that they already have robbed this place.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's also one of their safe houses.
But it's supposed to be hidden, and we found it.
That is true.
True. That's true. Okay, I'll give you 1 for that. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid
Darn
or
it.
insight? For
Darmit's
this
helping,
operation?
and also the hive helped.
Grudgingly, I
Yeah.
Are
gave
any
Kalir
enemies
money.
or rivals interfering? Yeah, grudgingly, that's for sure. Sure. I'll give you 1 for that because I'm gonna take 1 away since they're a higher tier than you.
Okay, 1 die. Who wants it? I just rolled all
give
my
it them.
6s.
Wait,
for
did
the
we
Take it
get one
away.
for bold and daring?
No.
Should we?
I don't know.
Because it's bold, because they're nominally our ally, and we're doing a score against them.
It's true. And we had the gumption to tell them to
Or
steal
we're
this stuff for
playing
us, and
people
we're taking
against
it.
each other. Yeah, that's bold.
It's also overly complex and
Yeah, but you
contingent on
took
many
one away
factors.
You
for
already
that.
took one away from that.
I'm not feeling it. I don't think it's particularly bold or
We
daring.
only
get
Sorry,
one die.
guys.
1 die. Who
Whatever,
wants
our
it?
engagement doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, we F it up within 1 roll anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Who wants to roll?
What are you talking about?
don't.
Y'all roll
I
6s
don't
all
either.
the time.
Okay,
I'll
Sarah,
do it.
you're it.
I'm gonna roll. It's gonna be so great.
I only roll
Ah.
6s on my resistances, Sean.
Sean, 1 dice, correct? I'm hearing this
Yes,
correctly.
just 1
okay.
dice. Good mojo.
Eel's breath
good
it away.
mojo.
Good mojo. Notes.
Mia.
No!
2 of 1.
Damn
Okay.
it all.
So
Think of the XP.
Big moves. Big.
Oh,
This is
Sean,
the best part.
Sean, great idea. The blue coats get there early, so now we have to race against the blue coats to get
That
in
is a
and put
great
the
idea.
thing while the blue coats are raiding the
Yeah.
place.
Okay, I love it. Yeah, if you want to set it up like that, I love it. That's great. Oh, and I can do like a double clock for you guys versus
Ooh,
them.
yeah.
So it can be like almost like an actual race.
I like it.
Okay, cool. Super fun. So y'all roll up to that grate in the dead
Darmit's
of
like,
night.
where have you been?
Darn it. We said.
I don't
8
think y'all are in
p.m., not 8
communication
a.m.
with him, so he's not. You. I think.
We peek our heads up the grate. He's there. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, I think you arrive. So you get to the grate. You're like in the middle of kind of taking out the screws or whatever as carefully, like slowly, just a little bit at a time to make sure it doesn't like squeak or anything. And you've like just gotten that grate off, and y'all are about to get in when you start to hear the clomping of heavy boots down the sort of roads and streets on over, and I think maybe who do we think? Maybe Duchess or Sylph probably like pops their head up to see above, kind of like at ground level, so to speak, and you can see not too far away. I think y'all have a little bit of a head start, but like they'll probably be here in like a minute, 30 seconds or so.
30
Okay.
seconds.
Like a minute, 30, maybe a
No
minute.
problem, no
You
problem.
can see them kind of chomping down.
Are we
the
jumping
road.
in, or are we calling it for next time, Sean? Because I have an idea, but I'll save it if we're calling it.
I think think you're probably fine because so I'll say like you see them coming down. This is where we'll leave it. So you see them making their way. Sylph pops back down and it's like, okay, we've got a problem.
They're
We need to go
overeager.
fast. And I think y'all are able to like scurry through the drainage system and get up to the next grate, and you like just pop out of that when you hear people like starting outside like yelling like, you know, don't resist. This is the Blue Coats. We're here on official investigations. You're all under arrest. And you know that you just have moments before they start breaking their way inside alongside you. And yeah,
Love
we'll
it.
leave it there. Fun. Very good idea, Logan.
Fun.
This would be
That's
cool.
me, the ideas and resistance guy. Don't rely on me for an action roll, though.
The ideas of
You can
resistance guy
protect-
until you gather
you can-
information into an entire epic saga of
That's the idea.
kidnapping
That's the idea shot.
and ghost productions and all sorts of stuff.
The ghost was not my idea. I'll make that quite clear. That was just as much a surprise to me.
Mhm.
I have to
Those
put my
ghosts are
own little
always
spice in
surprising.
it.
Sure, it did add a bit of flair, that's for sure. That effect level keeps coming back to bite you.
I wanted it to though. I didn't fix it on purpose.
Now, is that the best idea?
It's something. Okay, I guess y'all do get experience though.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, we get experience for doing nothing.
Well, you
We did
kept track of
stuff.
all your tests.
We did a whole mini score gather information.
Yeah. Did you do your playbook specific XP triggers?
I did.
Yes, I think you all get one for that.
Mm-hmm.
Beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
I talked to some nobles.
Duchess used the nobles.
I gave Rain more jewelry that I stole.
You did, okay, one for that.
I don't know if I did.
You shined your boat real good.
Shined your boat real good.
I drank a lot.
Oh, she did say the word pirate.
Mm.
I did say
She was
you
singing
would be
some
a good
sea
pirate.
shanties.
I don't know if I can give you that.
It's fine.
Okay. Struggled with issues from your vice or traumas.
I was reckless when I summoned ghosts in that
That was
opera.
pretty reckless. I'll give you one for that. Okay.
See, Sean, it's not us, it's our traumas that are making this difficult.
It is.
It's part of it, that's for sure. Did you contend with challenges above your current station? Yes.
Hashtag yes.
Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one? Probably
Tricky.
not.
No.
Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
Duchess did say, get in, we're going shopping. She just missed us, Sean. She missed us. That's the real reason she wanted to take a little stroll.
No, Logan gets bored of one character and then has to move on to the next. And then switch back and forth to keep interested. I think we'll pass on that one because I don't think you hit it
Okay.
particularly
cool.
hard. But that will get us all ready to dive into it next time we play.
Did we get a crew
Next.
advance?
We did.
Nice.
Oh, we did. Oh,
So we'll talk about it now.
talk
and then
about
we
it,
won't
not
make
decide
a
until
decision.
30 seconds before we
Yes,
start 2 weeks from
classic.
now.
Exactly. I'll remind you all to do it, and then you'll not make a decision still. And then someone on screen will say, "Okay, we're doing this," and then everyone will be like, "Sure, whatever."
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
Okay, so you've got crew advancement. That's good. Next week is tentatively Tales from the Loop.
Yeah.
As long as I don't know, nothing else happens. We'll see. Who knows? We like to keep it mysterious here.
Keep it fresh.
Keep it fresh, light and fresh. bringing you
Fresh.
only the hottest, freshest takes
Mysterious.
on Doskvol and 80s cyberpunk Norway, Sweden,
Sweden! We're in Sweden, Sean!
some Scandinavian country. It's fine. Yeah, but thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so
Bye.
much, guys.